Hi, welcome once more to Mr. Max. In this lesson, we are going to revise from September 2020 Free State Province. Okay, September 2020 Free State Province Trigonometry section, that is question number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so question number 5, 6, 7, and 8, that is trigonometry section. Okay, let's start question number 5, 5.1. In the diagram, P is the point C, comma root 21. So there is a Cartesian plane given like this, and on the third chord, so this is the given Cartesian plane. Now based on this one, okay, also OP is equal to 5 unit. OP means the radius or value of R is 5 units. BOP is equal to theta as indicated. First question, 5.1.1. Question number 5.1.1. What is that question? Calculate the numerical value of C. You have to find the numerical or what is the value of this C. Okay. Actually, what is that C? C stands for the X value, is it not so? P C comma root 21 means C stands for the X value and root 21 stands for the Y value. So we have to find the X value and we know what is the Y value, root 21. And what is this 5 stands for? 5 stands for the R value or the radius, okay, or hypotenuse. Okay, so anyway, we know the Y R value, R is equal to 5, and also we know what is Y. Y is equal to, what is the value of Y? Root 21. Okay, and we have to find the X value. Actually that X value is represented with the C. Okay, so how can you find, what is the formula to find the X? Yeah, X is equal to root of, you have to know the formula, root of R square minus Y square. Okay, so what are the other formulas in case if you want to find R? What is the formula? Root of X square plus Y square. What is this? X stands for adjacent side. What is Y stands for? Opposite side. What is R stands for? Hypotenuse. Okay, so if you want to find R, you have to remember this formula. In case if you want to find X, what is the formula? R square minus Y square. If you want to find Y, what is the formula? Root of R square minus X square. Okay, so you have to, now you are in metric class, you have to know, you have to remember this formula. Okay, so here we have to find the X value. So what is the formula? Root of R square minus Y square. So this is X is equal to, actually what is X? We can write it now itself. Here in our question, this X stands for, what is X? It is C. Okay, so C is equal to, X is the same as C, is equal to root of R square. So it is 5 square minus Y square. What is Y? Root 21 square. Okay, so check in your calculator. Oh, you are not allowed to use calculator, am I right? So just try to find manually. 5 square is 25 minus root 21 square. Square of a root, you have to remove that root, am I right? Root of X square. What is the answer? That is X. Similarly, root 21 square is 21. Okay, you have to remove that square. When you square, you have to remove the square root when you square that square root. Okay, so root 21 square is 21. So C is equal to 25 minus 21 is 4. So root of 4. So C is equal to plus or minus 2. So root of 4 means two values, either plus 2 or minus 2. So you have to specify which one. You can't just leave it like that. Okay, so here this C stands for the X value. So here what is the X value? Is it positive or negative? Of course it is positive. Here X value positive, here X value negative. So this C or X value is on the positive side. So which X value you have to take? Plus 2. So it implies that the value of C is 2. So that is the question. You have to find the value of C. So what is the value of C? C is 2. So the value of C is 2. Okay. So that is the question, first question 5.1.1. Now Let's move to the next question, 5.1.2. Okay, next question, 5.1.2. Question number 5.1.2. What is that question? Determine without the use of a calculator the numerical value of the following. You have to find the numerical, the number value of the following. Okay, first question A, cos theta. You have to find what is the value of cos theta. Okay, so how can you find this one? So to do this type of questions, you have to know clearly the definitions of sine, tan, sine, cos and tan. Okay, what is the definition of sine? Sine theta. Okay, you in small classes you studied. What is the definition of sine? Opposite side, that is opposite side we represented with the y divided by hypotenuse. What is the definition of cos theta? Adjacent side we represented with the x divided by hypotenuse. And what is tan theta? Tan theta is opposite side, that is y divided by adjacent side. So you have to know this definition without any mistake. Now you are in metric. Okay, so that definition you studied in a grade 10, am I right? Okay, so only thing is you have to remember x stands for adjacent side, y stands for opposite side, and r stands for hypotenuse. Okay, you have to remember that one, then also that definition. Okay, so here cos theta. So what is cos theta? What is the definition? Cos theta is x over r, or adjacent side by hypotenuse. So if you know that one, then it's easy, you done. Okay, what is x? X is 2. Previous question we got c value as 2. C is the same as x. So 2 divided by what is r? Hypotenuse, or the value of r is 5. So what is the answer? 2 over 5. That's all. We done. Okay, so that is question number 5.1, 1.2a. Okay, now the next question, B. So what is B? Tan theta plus sine square theta. Question is tan theta plus sine square theta. Same applies here also. Okay, you have, only thing is you have to know the definition, then just substitute, that's all. Okay, so tan theta, what is the definition of tan theta? Y over x. Look at that one. Okay, so it is y over x plus sine square theta. Okay, what is sine theta? Sine theta is y over r. So since it is square, y over r square. Look at this, sine theta is y over r. Okay, but here it is sine square theta, that is why I put this square there. Okay, okay, now substitute the values. What is y? Y is root 21. So root 21 divided by x. X is the same as c, that is 2 plus y. Y is root 21 divided by r. We know that r is 5. So 5 the whole square. Okay, now just to simplify, maximum that we can do, then because here we can't use the calculator. Okay, so without calculator it's difficult to solve, but just try to do maximum, that's all. Okay, so this is root 21 divided by 2 plus root 21 square, that is 21. I already told you. Okay, then 5 square, that is 25. So if I take the LCM, how can you find the LCM easily? One method, this 25 you multiply with this root 21, then this 21 you these 2 you multiply with 21, then you just multiply these 2. Okay, so look at that, this 25 I'm going to multiply with the root 21, that is 25 root 21. Then here it is plus, then these 2 you multiply with the 21, so 2 times 21 is 42 divided by 2 times 25, that is 50. So you have to leave the answer like that. We can't simplify further without a calculator. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, so that is question number B. Now you have to move to question number C. Okay, question number C. What is question number C? Sine 2 theta. What is sine 2 theta? That is the question. Okay, so you know sine 2 theta means is a double angle. We know the formula of sine 2 theta, double angle. What is the formula? 2 into sine theta into cos theta. Okay, so here 2 into sine theta. What is the definition? Y sine theta is y over r. So y over r into cos theta. What is the definition? X over r. So this is 2 into y. What is y here? Root 21. So root 21 divided by r is 5. R value is 5 times x. What is the x value? 2. So 2 divided by r is 5. Okay. So 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 root 21 divided by 5 times 5 is 25. So the answer is 4 root 21 divided by 25. Okay, maybe that's the answer. Okay, so maybe some of you are thinking that here the question is sine 2 theta. So sir, why don't you write sine means opposite side by hypotenuse. So why don't you write y over r, then substitute the values of that y and r? No, it's wrong. Why? Because these answers, these x, y and r are based on this angle theta. You understand? Okay, but here what is the angle? 2 theta. So this y and r does not match for this angle 2 theta. You understand? So we can't write a sine 2 theta y over opposite side by hypotenuse, because here it is theta, here what is the angle? 2 theta. So that is wrong. Okay, so the answer is 4 root 21 divided by 25. So that is question number C. Now let's move to question number 5.2. Okay. So that is question number C. Now let's move to next question, question number 5.2. Okay. Next one, question number 5.2. Question number 5.2. What is that question? Simplify without use of a calculator sine of x minus 180 into tan x into cos 690 divided by cos square of x minus 90. You have to simplify this one without using a calculator. Okay, so now let's start. Okay. Sine of x minus 180. Normally we are writing 180 minus x, is it not so? Okay, but here it is x minus 180. So how can we write that x minus 180 as 180 minus x? Sine of, we can write it like this, minus of, I'm going to take a minus common factor, then I can write 180 minus x. Is it correct? Look at this one. Expand, try to expand the bracket. Minus into 180, minus 180, minus into minus x, minus into minus is positive x, positive x. So we can write it like this. Okay, now what is this one? So for that you have to understand something. Sine of minus theta, do you remember this one? What is sine of minus theta? Minus sine theta. Cos of minus theta, it's not minus cos theta, it is positive cos theta. Then tan of minus theta, that is minus tan theta. The only difference is in the case of cos of minus theta, instead of minus cos theta it is positive cos theta. Anyway, sine of minus theta, that is minus sine theta. Sine of minus an angle, theta stands for an angle. Okay, so here the angle is 180 minus x. So sine of minus 180 minus x is the same as minus sine 180 minus x. Okay, so this minus we can write it outside like this. Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Okay, so similarly here I'm going to practice, or you have to practice like that. Okay, so when you see sine of x minus 180, you have to write without writing any of these steps. You can directly write, there is no special mark for that one. Minus of sine 180 minus x, only in the case of sine and tan. But when it is cos, don't write it like look at this one, here it is coming. Okay, so I will explain at that time. So when it is sine, we can write minus of sine 180 minus, you can solve that one after you put this minus. Okay, then into tan x into cos of 690. What is that 690? So Cartesian plane, this is 0, 90, 180, 270, 360 plus 90, 450, 450 plus 90, 540 plus 90, 630. Am I right? Okay, then this one is again back to 720. Okay, so here this 690 is in the fourth quadrant. Am I right? Between 630 and 720, 690 is somewhere here on the fourth quadrant. Okay, so fourth quadrant, how can you write? 720 minus, am I right? Okay, 720 minus what? That you have to check, okay, in your calculator. So here cos of 720 minus what, guys? 720, so it is 30. 720 minus 30 is 690. Okay, then the whole divided by cos squared x minus 90. There also you can see, normally we are writing 90 minus x. Okay, so here x minus 90. Try to understand like this. Here we wrote cos of minus theta is the same as cos of positive theta. So even though we are taking a minus common like this, okay, but cos, so if here it is cos, then cos of minus this angle is the same as positive cos of that angle. Okay, so here cos square x minus 90 is the same as cos square 90 minus x. Cos of minus theta is the same as cos of positive theta. Okay, so similarly, cos of x minus 90, try to understand, that is the same as cos of 90 minus x. Okay, or if you want to understand more clearly on that one, you have to watch that class lessons. Okay, before you watch these revision lessons, you have to watch that class lessons. There I explained in detail. Okay, anyway, just try to understand once more this one. Cos of, let's leave that cos square for a while. Okay, I'm just writing cos of x minus 90. Okay, and this is cos of, I'm going to take a minus common factor. Okay, then I can write 90 minus x. Is it correct? Minus into 90, minus 90, minus into minus x, minus into minus is positive x. Okay, so we can write it like this. And at the same time, I already told you cos of minus theta is equal to cos of positive theta. Cos of, if you consider this 90 minus x as our theta, so now read cos of minus theta. So how can you write? That is cos of positive theta. So cos of, what is our theta here? 90 minus x. So 90 minus x. Okay, so that is why here I wrote cos square. Here it is cos square, that's only difference. Then x minus 90 is the same as 90 minus x. Okay, but that is only in the case of cos. But when it is in the case of sine or tan, sine of x minus 180, if you want to write it like this, you have to put this minus there. Don't forget that. Okay, okay, now next step. So this is equal to, this one is equal to minus 180 minus x. Which quadrant is that? 180, This is 180. 180 minus means second quadrant. Second quadrant sign is positive. Okay, so here also sign, so it is sine x. Now listen here, in this order you have to think this minus is this one, don't be confused, this minus is this one, okay, not because of this sine 180 minus x. Okay, then 180 minus x is in which quadrant? Second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. So here what? Sine, so it is positive. Actually there is a positive here. Okay, so once more, 180 minus x is in which quadrant? Second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Sine, so it is positive. And if it is based on 180 or 360 horizontal line, no change in the trigonometry. Here sine, here also sine, then the angle, okay, into tan x into 720. Try to understand like this. This 720 is the same as 360. Okay, so 360 minus 30. 360 minus 30 means it's on the fourth quadrant. Am I right? Fourth quadrant, what is positive? 360 minus 30. 360 minus means fourth quadrant. If it is 360 plus, then it is on the first quadrant. Okay, so first of all you have to understand that these 360 and 720 are the same thing. Okay, or 0, same thing. 0, 360, 720 is the same thing. Okay, so 720 minus 30 is the same as 360 minus 30. So 360 minus 30 means it's on the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, what is positive? Cos is positive. Here what? Cos, so it is positive. Okay, now no change, because if it is based on horizontal line, no change in the trigonometry, so it is cos, then that angle 30, then the whole divided by 90 minus x. 90 minus x, this is 90. 90 minus means first quadrant, this is 90, and 90 minus x means that is on the first quadrant. First quadrant all are positive, doesn't matter cos or sine or whatever may be, so it is positive. Then there is a difference, it's wrong. Okay, why? Because here it is 90 minus, if it is based on the horizontal line, I mean vertical line, you have to change to its co-function. What is the co-function of cos? It is sine, so it is sine, since here it is square, you have to put that square there, then sine x, sine square x. Okay, okay, so next step, what is the next step? We have to simplify this one. So here there is a minus, don't forget that minus. Okay, then sine x into this tan x, I am going to write it as sine x by cos x. Okay, then cos 30, what is the value of cos 30? Is it not root? That's a special angle. Cos 30, you can check in your calculator, that is root 3 divided by 2. Okay, then the whole divided by sine square x. Okay, so now look at this one, sine x into sine x is sine square x. So next step, we can write it like this, minus sine square. Okay, in this numerator there is a root 3 also. Okay, so that root 3 also we can write it in one line. Okay, so minus sine x into root 3, that is minus root 3 sine square x. Then here what is the denominator? 2 into cos x divided by 2 into cos x, then the whole divided by sine square x. Don't make any mistake here. Okay, so look at this one, minus into sine x into root 3, that is root 3 sine square x, this minus. Okay, then this one 2 into cos x, that is 2 cos x, the whole divided by sine squared x. Okay, so in another lessons, I explained this one many times. For example, if here it is a by b divided by c, how can you write simply? You just multiply these two. Okay, so when it is like this, divided the whole a by b divided by c, then it is a. How can you write that one? A divided by, you just multiply these two, b times c. So similarly, this one divided by this one, this is our b divided by sine square, so you just multiply these two. Okay, so and write it in the denominator. So how can you write that one? That is equal to, let me write it here, minus root 3 sine square x divided by, I'm going to multiply these two. Okay, so 2 into sine square x into cos x, 2 into sine square x into cos x. So this sine square x and this sine square x cancel, so that's all. So here it is minus root 3 divided by 2 into cos x, 2 into cos x, and that's the answer. Okay, so here what I did, once more I multiplied these two, like what I did here, b times c. Okay, similarly 2 into sine squared x into cos x, okay, or 2 cos x into sine square is the same thing. Okay, so the answer is minus root 3 divided by 2 into cos x. So that is question number 5.2. Now let's move to question number 6.1. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Question number 6.1. What is the question? Prove that 2 sine square x divided by 2 tan x into, minus sine 2x is equal to cos x divided by sine x. You have to prove that left side is equal to right side. Okay, so how can we prove like that? So now let's start left hand side. So we can start from left hand side. So LHS is equal to, we have to prove that this left hand side is equal to right hand side. Okay, so LHS is equal to this 2 sine square x, 2 into sine square x divided by this 2 tan x, 2 into tan x, you know that is sine x divided by cos x, minus sine 2x. Is it not a double angle? What is the expansion? 2 into sine x into cos x. Am I right? That is the expansion of sine 2x. So that is equal to, now 2 sine square x, that's a numerator, divided by, now look at this one, there are two terms here with separated with a minus. So here you can see that the first term 2 sin x is a common factor, 2 sin x is there, second term also 2 sin x is there, so that 2 sin x you can take it as a common factor. So 2 sin x I am going to take it as common factor. So what is remaining here? Only this cos x in the denominator, like this, 1 over cos x. Then only you multiply 2 sin x into 1 is 2 sin x divided by cos x. Okay, then minus this 2 sin x we already took as common factor. So what is remaining here? Cos x. Okay, so now this is cos x, cos x. Okay, now this one is 2 sine square x the whole divided by 2. Oh, okay, so there is no need to write that one, because look at this step here, these two cancel, 1 sin x and 1 sin x cancel. Can you see that? So what is remaining here on the numerator? Only 1 sin x is there. Am I right? Okay, so that one is sin x divided by this sin x. We cancel 1 sin x from there. Okay, so divided by, here how can we take the LCM? This cos x you have to multiply with this cos x. So it is, look at this 1 minus cos x into cos x. I'm trying to take the LCM in a shorter method. Okay, cos x into cos x is cos square x divided by this cos x. What is that one, guys? I hope you know that one. A by b minus c. How can you write this as an LCM? This a, then you multiply this b with c, minus b into c divided by this b. Okay, similarly this cos x you multiply with this cos x. Okay, that is cos x into cos x is cos square x divided by this denominator. Okay, now tell me, what is 1 minus cos squared x? 1 minus cos squared x, is it not sin square x? Okay, so this one is sin x divided by this 1 minus cos squared x is sin square x divided by cos x. Now what is this one? You have to understand very clearly. Okay, so how that one is, look at this one, try to understand this one. A divided by b by c. It's not like the previous one I explained. Okay, there what was that? A by b divided by c. What I told you at that time, you have to multiply these two when it is like this. Okay, so what is that one? A divided by b times c. But this one is different. Look at this, a divided by b by c. Okay, so here what you have to do is you have to multiply this c with this a. That's a shortcut method. Okay, so how can you write that one? This a into c, that is ac divided by this b. That's a shortcut method, you have to remember that one. Okay, similarly here like this, a divided by b by c. So this cos x will multiply with this sin x. Okay, so look at how I am going to write. This sin x into this cos x, it will come here. Okay, so times cos x divided by sin square x. So here you can see 1 sin x cancel. So what is remaining? That is cos x divided by sin x, and that is what we want to prove. Look at this, cos x by sin x. Okay, so that is question number 6.1. Now let's move to question number 6.2. Okay, let's go to the next question, question number 6.2. Question number 6.2. What is that one? Show that, you have to show that or prove that, whatever may be, sin square 20 sin square 20 plus sin square 40 plus sin square 80 is equal to 3 over 2. How many marks? 7 marks. So it means there is something that you have to do there. Okay, so you have to show that the left hand side is equal to 3 over 2. Okay, and also there is a hint given. 40 you have to write it as 60 minus 20. 40 you have to write it as 60 minus 20, and 80 you have to write it as 60 plus 20. 60 plus 20 is 80. 60 minus 20 is 40. There is a hint given. Okay, that is how you want to do. That's the question. Okay, so let's start. So left hand side, sin square 20, this one. Okay, then that one, sin square 40, I'm going to write it like this. Sin square 40 you have to write it as 60 minus 20, then plus sin square 80. So sin square 80 you have to write it as 60 plus 20. Okay, so like what they said, we wrote it like, okay, that 40 and 80. Now try to understand like this. This 60 if I call it as A, and this 20 if I call it as B. Okay, is it not like this? Okay, leave that sine square. Square we can do it later. Look at this one. Sine of a minus b. You studied an equation like this. Sine of a minus b is equal to, what is the equation? How many of you remember? Sine of a minus b is sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. Okay, you have to remember this one, or if you have any doubts, you have to look at the back side of your question paper in the formula sheet. Okay, you will see this formula there. Okay, so anyway, is it not like that? Sine, leave these two there, we can square it later. Okay, we can square this one square. Okay, like that. So I'm going to expand like this. So our a is 60 and our b is 20. Okay, so look at how I'm going to write. So this is equal to sine square 20 plus sine a cos b. So it is sine 60 cos 20 minus cos a sine b. So our a is 60. So cos 60 sine b is 20. Since here it is square, we have to square this one. We have to square that one. Okay. Now the next one. What is that one? There also 60 we can call it as a, and this 20 if you call it as b. That is sine of a plus b. Am I right? What is the formula you studied? Sine of a plus b. Sine of a plus b. The only difference is here it is plus, otherwise everything is the same. Sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So similarly here our a is 60, b is 20. So this is plus. Now let me write it here. Sine a cos b. So sine 60 cos 20 plus, this is plus, okay, cos a sine b, cos 60 into sine 20. Since here it is square, we have to square that one. We square that one. Okay. Okay. So now we have to look at this. Sine 60 cos 60, sine 60 cos 60 is a special angles. Am I right? Okay. So we have to substitute that special angles now. It's a lengthy step. So we have to, yeah, it will take time. So this is sine square 20 plus, what is sine 60? Root 3 by 2. Okay. Then cos 20 minus cos 60. Cos 60 is 1 over 2. So into sine 20 square plus, now what is this? Sine 60 again. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2 cos 20 plus cos 60 is 1 over 2 into sine 20 square. Okay, now we have to expand this one. So that's too much work. Okay, so if I consider this as a and this one as b, is it not like this? A minus b the whole square. Okay, so what is the expansion? A square minus 2 times ab plus b square. Okay, so I'm going to expand like this. Okay, so that is sine square, this sine square 20 is here, sine square 20 plus, I'm going to a square, this one, this is actually this one is our a and this one is our b. Okay, so a square, so all of this one square, root 3 square is 3 divided by 2 square is 4, then cos square 20 minus 2 into a is root 3 by 2 into cos 20 into b is this one, into 1 over 2 into sine 20, then plus b square, plus what is our b, this one square, so 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, then sine square 20. Now this one is done. Now we have to expand this one. What is that one? This is, you have to consider as a, this one is b. So what is this symbol? Here it is plus. So actually that one is like this, a plus b the whole square, a plus b the whole square. What is expansion? A square plus 2ab plus b square. The only difference is here it is plus, that's our difference. Okay, so a, this one's a square, so that one square, so plus root 3 square is 3, 2 square is 4, then cos square 20, plus 2 into a into b, so 2 into a is root 3 by 2 into cos 20 into b, 1 over 2 into sine 20, plus b square, this b, this is b square, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, then sine square 20. Oh, it's too much, eh? Now we have to add and subtract the like terms. Okay, so what are the like terms here? Okay, first of all we can simplify this. This is a lengthy one. Okay, first we can simplify that one, then we can add or subtract. So this is sine square 20, this one, then if you multiply all of these one up to here, 3 into 2 6, 6 into 1 6, so here it is, oh there is a here it is separated with a minus, so this term, this is one term. Okay, so it is 3 by 4 cos square 20. Now what is this one? 2 root 3 into 1, that is minus 2 root 3, then 2 into 2 is divided by 4 cos 20 sine 20, or let me write sine 20 cos 20. Okay, then this one is plus 1 over 4 sine square 20, then this one is plus 3 over 4 cos square 20. What is this one? 2 root 3 into 1, that is plus 2 root 3, 2 into 2 is 4 sine 20 cos 20, sine 20 cos 20, plus 1 over 4 sine square 20. Okay, now you have to add or subtract the like terms. So it's too much, eh? So here sine square 20, we can collect all the sine square terms. Sine square 20 or any cos square 20. Okay, 1 by 4 sine square 20. Okay, sine square 20, 1 by 4 sine square 20, 1 by 4 sine square 20. Okay, so we can combine that one. So here sine square 20 means here it is 1, here it is 1 over 4, here it is 1 over 4. So I'm going to write it like this: 1 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 sine square 20. Then cos square 20, 3 by 4 cos square 20, then 3 by 4 cos square 20. That's all. Okay, so 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4 cos square 20 plus, now what, minus 2 this one sine 20 cos 20. Then there you can see that this is minus 2 root 3 by 4 sine 20 cos 20. This is plus 2 root 3 by 4 sine 20. This is plus, this is minus, same quantity. That means this one and this one you can cancel, because one is minus and the other one is plus, same thing. Okay, so you can cancel. So remaining is only this one. So now we just want to think about this one. So what is the answer of this one in your calculator? What is that one, guys? In your calculator, 4, 5, 6. So 6 over 4 sine square 20. You can check in your calculator this one. Okay, now this one is, not equal to, this one is what is LCM? Plus 4, 3 plus 3 is 6 cos square 20. Okay, okay, here 6 over 4, 6 over 4. Okay, that is 6 over 4 common factor, then the remaining is sine square 20 plus cos square 20. Sine square 20 plus cos square 20 is 1. Okay, so that is 6 over 4 times 1. 6 over 4 times 1 is 6 over 4. And when you simplify 6 over 4, what is the answer? That is 3 over 2. And that is what you want to prove. Okay, yeah, of course that's a big lengthy step. Okay, but it's 7 marks, so that's why you have to write too many things. Anyway, we got the answer. Answer is 3 over 2. So that is question number 6.2. Now let's move to the next one, question number 7. Okay, now let's move to the next question, question number 7. Question number 7. What is that question? In the figure below, Tabo is standing at a point A on the top of a building. Okay, first of all, let me draw that diagram here. Then based on that one, I will explain. Okay, so this is the given diagram, and based on this one, we have to answer the remaining questions. Okay, question number 7.1. What is that question? Calculate the length of AC in terms of h and theta. You have to find the length of AC in terms of h and theta. So which triangle we are supposed to, h is here, theta is this angle. So it means that we are supposed to take this triangle ABC. Is it not so? Okay, so there is a triangle like this, ABC, and they are saying that this one is 90 degrees. This is ABC, and this angle is theta. So this is h, and you have to find the length of AC. So since here it is 90, this AC is the hypotenuse. Is it not so? Okay, this is 90, opposite of 90 degree is the hypotenuse. Okay, so based on this theta, opposite side is h, hypotenuse is AC. So which trigonometry is connecting opposite side and hypotenuse? Of course, sine. Am I right? Okay, so in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, sine theta is opposite side h divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is AC. So from here, how can you find AC? What is the shortcut method? This AC you have to write it here, and this sine theta you have to write it here. AC it will go here, and sine theta it will come down. So h divided by sine theta. Now what is the question? Calculate the length of AC in terms of h and theta. Here is the answer, in terms of h and theta. Okay, So h divided by sine theta, that is the expression for AC. Now next question, question number 7.2. What is that question? Calculate the length of AD in terms of h and alpha. You have to find the length of AD in terms of h and alpha. H and alpha. So it means that which triangle you are supposed to consider? ABD. You understand? Okay. So that triangle A, this is A, B and D. Okay. So here this angle is 90 degree. This is H and this one is alpha. So you have to find an expression for AD. So same applies like a previous question. Based on this alpha, this is the opposite side. This is 90 degrees. So this one is hypotenuse. So which trigonometry is connecting opposite side and hypotenuse? Sine. Okay. So sine alpha is equal to opposite side, that is h, divided by hypotenuse, that is AD. So from here, how can you find AD? You cross multiply this one. AD will come here, sine alpha will come here. So AD is equal to h divided by the sine alpha will come here. So we got an expression for AD in terms of h and alpha. That is question number 7.2. Now let's move to next question, 7.3. Okay. So before that, let me write this one. Before I erase this one, what is AC? H divided by sine theta. And what is AD? H divided by sine alpha. Okay, maybe we have to use that one for the next question. Okay. Number 7.3. Determine the distance between two cars, which is the length of CD. So you have to find the length of CD. This is the distance. These are C and D are two cars. Okay. Determine the distance between the two cars C and D, or the length of CD, in terms of alpha, theta, beta and h. So how can you find the length of CD? So now look at the given ones. Look at this triangle A, C, D. Look at this triangle. Okay. We already got an expression for AC, that is h by sine theta. AD, we already got an expression, h by sine alpha, and we know that this one is given as beta. Am I right? This is beta, and we have to find this one. So those who studied that sine rule, cosine rule and area rule, there you study it. Okay, those who doesn't know, you have to watch that video. If you know these two sides and this inclined angle, then it is easy to find this side. How? Cosine rule. Okay, so here I am going to apply cosine rule. Okay, so how can you apply cosine rule? Look at how I am going to write. CD square, we have to find the length of CD. Okay, so 7.3, CD square is equal to, I am going to apply cosine rule here. Okay, AC square plus, then the other side, AD square minus 2 into AC into AD into cos of beta. Okay, that's a cosine rule. You have to study that one from the lesson. Okay, so I applied the cosine rule to find the length of CD. Okay, so now CD square is equal to, substitute the values. What is AC? H by sine theta. AC square. So H by sine theta square plus H by AD is sine alpha, H by sine alpha square minus 2 into AC again, H by sine theta into AD, H by sine alpha into cos beta. So we have to simplify that one. CD square is equal to H square divided by sine square theta plus h square divided by sine square alpha minus 2 into h into h into h is h square. So it is minus 2h square this cos beta divided by sine theta into sine alpha. Okay, so now what is the question? What is the question? Okay, that's enough, because here the question, look at the question once more. What is written there? You don't want to find a specific number as answer. Okay, look at that question. Determine the distance between between two curves, which is the length of CD, in terms of alpha, theta, and theta, beta and h. So here you can see alpha, theta, beta and h. That is CD square. So what is CD? You have to square root that one. Okay, so this one is okay, here maybe we can simplify one more step. CD square is equal to, actually this one we can write it like this. How many of you can understand that one? H by sine theta plus h by sine alpha the whole square. Can you understand that one? Here if I call this one as a, the whole of this term, and this one as b, okay, is it not like a plus b the whole square? What is the expansion of a plus b the whole square? That is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, so a square, this one square, h square by sine square, that is this one. Okay, plus 2 into a into b, 2 into h by sine theta into h by sine alpha, 2 into here h square, so h by sine theta. Oh, there is a cos beta problem there. Oh, okay, then leave it, this is wrong. Okay, so you can just, because there is a cos beta extra there, so you can't write it like this. Okay, so just leave that one. So now from here this is CD square, so how can you write CD? Therefore CD is equal to square root of all of this one, h square by sine square theta plus h square by sine square alpha minus 2h square cos beta divided by sine theta sine alpha. Since here it is CD square, you have to, if you want to find CD, square root of the whole of that thing. Okay, so we got the answer in terms of theta, alpha, h and beta. So that is question number 7.3. Now let's move to question number 8. Okay, let's move to the next question, question number 8. Question number 8. What is that question? In the diagram are the graphs of the functions f of x is equal to, one function is f of x is equal to cos x over 2, and second one is g of x is equal to sine of x minus 30. So there are two functions given, one is f of x and the second one is g of x. So, and also there is a graph given. So first of all let me draw that graph. Okay, then based on that one we can do the remaining questions. Okay, okay, so here this is the graph, these are the two graphs given. One is f of x, that means starting from minus 180 to 180, and the other one, the red one, is g of x, like this. Okay, this one is g of x graph. Okay, so the equations of the graphs also given. F of x is cos x by 2 and g of x is sine of x minus 30. What is the first question? Question number 8.1. Calculate the coordinates of the points A and B. You have to find the exact coordinates of these points A and B. What is x and y values of those points? Okay. So x coordinates of the, that means you just want to find the x coordinate of this A and x coordinate of B. Okay. Okay. So actually, what is that A and B? Those are the intersecting points, both where both the graphs intersect. Am I right? This f of x and g of x graph intersect at these 2 points. Okay, so both the graphs intersect means both f of x and g of x intersect means what? At that particular points, this point and this point, both the graphs are equal. Both the graphs are equal means what? At that at those points, f of x is equal to g of x. Okay, so what is f of x? Cos of x over 2 is equal to, what is g of x? Sine of x minus 30. Okay, so now we have to simplify this one and find the values of exact values of this a and b. Okay, so for that what we have to do is in this type of questions, one is cos, the other one is sine. We know that how to convert this sine into cos. How can you convert the sine into cos? For example, sine, I'm just giving an example, okay, not this one. Sine 30, this sine 30 is the same as, I can say that sine 30 is the same as cos 60, or cos 20, that is the same as sine of 70, or sine 80, that is the same as cos 10. How can you write like this? Look at this one. Here what is the angle? 30. Okay, sine of 30. Then if you want to convert this sine into cos, you just subtract from 90. 90 minus 30. What is 90 minus 30? 60. So sine 30 is the same as cos of 60. Same applies here. Cos 20. You have to check what is 90 minus 20? 70. So cos 20 is the same as sine 70. 90 minus 20 is 70. Then you can write this cos as sine. Okay, sine 80, you have to convert this into cos. How? You have to check what is 90 minus 80, that is 10. So sine 80 is the same as cos 10, like that. Okay, so if I want to convert this sine into cos, I have to subtract this angle from 90. So look at how I am going to write. Cos of x by 2 is equal to, instead of this sign I am going to write cos, then look at how I am going to write, like this, 90 minus x minus 30. Okay, like what, same thing like 90 minus 20. Here maybe I can write here 90 minus 20, that is the same as 70. So cos 20 is the same as sine of 90 minus 20. I can write like that. Okay, so cos of x by 2, this sine I converted into cos. How? 90 minus that angle. Okay, so now look at this one. Both the sides, left hand side and right hand side, same trigonometry. What is the meaning of that? The angles are the same. Okay, so it means that x over 2 is the same as this one. 90 minus into x is minus x, minus into minus 30 is plus 30. Okay, so since we want to find the general solution, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a tail there. What is the general solution? Tail plus k 360. So plus k 360. So 90 plus 30 is 120. So x over 2 is equal to 120 minus x, then plus k 360. So since to remove these two, I'm going to throw out to multiply with a 2. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times. Okay, so what is that one? This 2 and the 2 you can cancel. So x is equal to 2 into 120 is 240. Then this one is minus 2x. Then this one is plus k 2 into 360 is 720. Okay, so what is this? Take this minus 2x to this side, so it is positive 2x. So x plus this minus 2x plus 2x, so x plus 2x is 3x is equal to 240 plus k 720. So now we have to find x, so divide throughout with 3. So what is that one? X is equal to this 3 cancel, so x is equal to 80 plus k, what is this one guys, 2 12 4 240. So we got a general solution for x, that is 80 plus k 240, but that is not our question. Our question is not to find the general solution. We have to find the x coordinate of this point A and the x coordinate of this point B. So how can you find now the x coordinates? You just substitute different values of k. Okay, k as 0, k as 1, k as 2, k as 3, or k as minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, like that. Okay, so now look at this one, this point A, it is close to minus 180. That means somewhere there minus maybe it is minus 170 or minus 160 or minus 150, minus 153 or something like that. Okay, so somewhere there you will get that point, x coordinate of that point A. So how can I get that one? Look at this, if I substitute k as minus 1, so what is that one? Substitute k is equal to minus 1. So what is our equation now? X is equal to 80 minus 1 into 240. Minus 1 into 240 is 80 minus 240. So what is answer? Minus 4170. So it means that at this point the value of x is minus 170. So we got one coordinate. So xa, what is the meaning of that? X value of the point A is minus 170. So we got one solution there. Okay, x value of A is minus 170. Okay, now we have to find what is the x value of this point B. Okay, so somewhere next to 90, maybe it is 80 or 85 or 89 or okay, anyway we have to find that one. So it's very simple. Look at our equation, x is equal to 80 plus k 240. If I substitute the value of k as 0, what is that one? 80 plus 0 into 240, that's 0, that means 80. Okay, so substitute k is equal to 0. So x is equal to 80 plus 0 into 240. 0 into 240 is 0. So x is equal to 80. So it means that the x value of B, the point B, is at this point it is positive 80. At this point it is minus 170. That's the question. So x value of A is minus 170 and x value of B is positive 80. So first we have to find the general solution, then we have to substitute different values of k, and you have to think logically, which value must I substitute for k so that I will get a value for this x value for this A. So here you can see that this point A is next to minus 180. So you are supposed to get somewhere there. Okay, so that's why I substitute k as minus 1. Okay, anyway, that is question number 8.1. Now let's move to question number 8.2. Sorry guys, there is a small correction there. What is this 80 minus 240? I made a small mistake there. Okay, what is 80 minus 240? That is not minus 170, it is minus 160. Okay, 80 minus 240 is minus 160. Okay, so at this point it is minus 160. Okay, so this is minus 160, not 170. Okay, so the coordinates of A is, x coordinate of A is minus 160 and the x coordinate of B is positive 80. Okay, Okay, now question number 8.2. Okay, next question number 8.2. 8.2, what is that question? Determine the values of x. That means you have to find the values of x, okay, from minus 90 to 180. Okay, so from minus 90 to 180, okay, for which g of x, what is the condition? G of x times f of x, g of x times f of x is less than 0. Our condition is g of x times f of x is less than 0. So here you have to find the values of x, okay, you have to find the values of x, and what is the condition? G of x times f of x is less than 0. So when you multiply two functions, the answer is negative. So you know, when you multiply two functions or whatever function or a number, if you want the answer as negative, one number must be positive, the other number must be negative, or the first one is negative and the second one is positive, then also the answer is negative. Okay, so in the case of graph, what is a positive graph and negative graph means? Positive graph means above x-axis, negative graph means below x-axis. Okay, so here you can see that this part, this f of x is above x-axis, that means throughout this f of x it is positive. I'm talking about the f of x graph, this black one, okay, it is positive. Okay, and here this g of x graph, here you can see that this one is above x-axis up to here, up to this point. Okay, then after that point, what is that one? It's a negative or below x-axis, up to where? Up to this point. Then after that point above x-axis, that means positive. So all of these are positive. Okay, so now listen here, f of x, g of x into f of, or f of x into g of x, okay, is negative. Less than 0 means negative. That means one graph must be on positive x above x-axis and the other graph must be below x-axis. So here look at this part, this f of x is positive above x-axis, g of x is also above x-axis, we can't take that one. Okay, but here also both the graphs are above x-axis, but after this point, what is happening? This g of x is negative or below x-axis and f of x is above x-axis. Can you see that? Positive, negative. After which point? After this point. Can I see? Let me draw a line there. Okay, so after this particular point, after that point, one graph is negative below x-axis and the other graph is positive. Okay, so positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. But after this point, what is happening? Positive, 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 above x-axis, above x-axis, above x-axis. So it means that from this point to this point, between these 2 points, from this point to this point, one graph is positive side above x-axis and the other graph is below x-axis negative. So if you multiply positive and negative, the answer is negative. Okay, so at this point we have to know these points and this point, then we can write between that 2 points the graph is, the answer is negative. Okay, so what is this point and what is this point? Okay, so look at this g of x graph. What is g of x equation? You know that g of x equation is sine of x minus 30. Okay, so sine graph, this g of the red one, okay, this one is a g of x and it is passing through this point. Can you see that? This one, okay, actually that sine graph, okay, if this one is a sine graph, okay, and that sine graph is supposed to pass through 0. Do you know why? Because sine 0, what is sine 0? It is 0. That means it is supposed to pass through 0, but it is supposed to pass through this point, okay, but where it is passing? To this point, this sine graph, it is supposed to pass through this point, but it is in this graph, it is passing through this point. Why it is like that? Because x minus 30, what is the meaning of minus 30? The graph is shifted 30 degrees to the, not to the left, to the right. This x minus 30. So actual graph is supposed to pass through 0, but because of this minus 30, it is shifted 30 degrees to the right direction. So it means that at this point, the x value is 30. You understand? Okay. Similarly, what is sine 180? Sine 180 is also 0. You can check in your calculator. Okay. But is that this red graph, is it passing through 180? No, it is passing through this point. So there also you can see that from this minus 180, because of this minus 30, it is shifted 30 degrees to the right side. So at this point, what is the x value? From minus 180, 30 degrees to the right side. That means at this point, it is minus 150. Okay. So now we know the x value of this point is minus 150 and the x value of this point is positive 30. Okay. So now between that minus 150 and positive 30. So look at how I am going to write the answer. Between minus 150 and the x value must be between minus 150 and positive 30. One graph is below x-axis and the other graph is above x-axis. That means positive times negative, negative. That is what we want, negative answer. Okay. Between which x values? Minus 150 and 30. Okay. But at the same time, look at the question once more. There is a domain given. X is an element of, what is the domain given? Minus 90 to 180. Can you see that one? Okay. So it means that even though it is passing from between minus 150 and 30, the graph is, when you multiply both the graphs, you are getting negative answer. Okay. But because of this condition, we don't want to consider what is happening before this minus 90. You have to consider only from minus 90 to 180. Between, this is minus 90. Okay. So what you have to write the final answer? Between minus 90 less than x less than positive 30. Because our domain is minus 90 and 180. So even though from minus 150, one is negative and the other one is positive, but because of that domain, we don't want to consider what is happening before this minus 90. Okay. So the answer is between minus 90 and 30, one graph is positive and the other one is negative, or if you multiply, the answer is negative. Okay. So this is the answer. Okay. So guys, that's the end of this section, this trigonometry section. I hope you understand clearly. So thank you for watching. Keep on watching, practice. Okay. See you on the next lesson. Thank you. Bye.